Hello students, welcome to today's class. We start our class with some small experiments. So you can see a glass. I keep a coin inside the glass. You see the position of the coin inside the glass. Now I have poured some water into the glass. After pouring this water into the glass, this coin appears slightly raised from the bottom. If you look carefully, you can see it. Here, the coin appears to be raised from the bottom due to refraction of light. An object which is kept on a surface, and when it is viewed through a denser medium. So an object which is kept in the denser medium, which is viewed from a rarer medium, appears to be raised, or we do not see the real depth. So we feel that the object is raised from the bottom. So we see it at a less depth. That depth is called apparent depth. So we are going to see the details about the real depth and apparent depth, and the relationship between real depth, apparent depth, and the refractive index. So here O is an object kept inside a denser medium. So here it can be any medium like water. Water is a denser medium. When we compare air and water, water is denser than air. So water is the denser medium. So O is a object which is kept in the denser medium. Then from the object O, two incident rays are drawn. One is this incident ray OB. The ray of light goes from denser to rarer medium, so the refracted ray moves away from the normal. So this is the refracted ray. This one is refracted ray. The angle between the refracted ray and the normal is called angle of refraction. Then this angle you see, this is the OB is the incident ray. OB is the incident ray, and N dash is the normal. N dash is the normal. And the angle between the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. So angle OB N dash, that is a angle of incidence. So this is angle of incidence and this is angle of refraction. And another ray OA, that is striking normally, so it will go undeviated. Now this refracted ray, I produce it backward. This refracted ray, this refracted ray, I produce it backward. On producing it backward, it appears to meet at this point. So this object appears to be, when we look the object from the rarer medium, this object appears to be at this position, that is marked as a I. I is the image of this object. This object which is kept in the denser medium, when it is viewed from the rarer medium, this object appears at this position. Okay. Now we are going to write a relationship between these two. So this is angle of incidence, and this angle are alternate angles. So this one we can write it as a I. These two angles are alternate angles. and this angle are equal because these two are corresponding angles. This can be written as R. Now we write the refractive index of this medium. Medium is water, can be any medium, and light goes to air. The refractive index of air with respect to the medium, that is equal to sin I by sin R. You may be remembering the laws of refraction of light. Refractive index of air with respect to medium, M stands for medium. Here medium is water. So that is equal to sin I upon sin R. You know how to find, in order to find the sin I, we take a right angle triangle ABO. Right angle triangle A. So from right angle triangle OAB, we can write sin I. Sin I is equal to, how to find sin? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse. For this angle AB is the perpendicular. AB divided by hypotenuse. What is a hypotenuse? Side opposite to 90-degree angle. So that is a OB. Okay, divided by sin R. Sin R. In order to find sin R, we will take a right angle triangle BAI. From right angle triangle BAI, sin R is equal to AB upon IB. So which is equal to AB by OB into IB by AB. AB and AB are cancelled. So we get it as a IB divided by OB. IB divided by OB. Suppose at the point B comes very close to the point A. Point B comes very close to the point A. Then instead of IB we can write IA. And OB we can write OA. So this is a refractive index of air with respect to the medium. Okay, IA divided by OA. The distance from, so here PQ is the refracting surface. PQ is the refracting surface. The perpendicular distance from the image to the refracting surface or surface of separation is called apparent depth, and the distance from the object to the refracting surface or surface of separation is called real depth. So refractive index of air with respect to the medium is IA upon OA. Now, by the principle of reversibility of light, refractive index of medium with respect to air is equal to 1 upon refractive index of air with respect to the medium, which is equal to OA divided by IA. So OA is a original or real depth, and IA is a apparent depth. So this is the relationship between refractive index, real depth and apparent depth. This is the relation between refractive index, real depth and apparent depth. Next is a shift. Shift is the difference between real depth and apparent depth. Difference of real depth and apparent depth is called shift. Shift depends on these three factors. Refractive index of the medium. Greater the refractive index, greater is the shift. Then thickness of medium. Greater the thickness, greater is the shift. Third one is wavelength of light. Greater the wavelength of light, less is the shift. When a straight rod is kept in water and when it is viewed from air, it does not look straight. So we draw a ray diagram. It can be asked in the paper. Draw a ray diagram showing the bending of a straight object when it is kept in a water. So So this is the refracting surface. So I give name as AB. AB is the refracting surface. Then I kept a straight object here. So this is a straight object. So I name it as PQ. Now in order to draw the ray diagram from the point Q, I draw two incident rays. Drawing two incident rays from point Q. So ray of light goes from denser to rarer medium, so it moves away from the normal. This is the refracted ray is produced. Now I draw another incident ray from the same point by making another angle of incidence. So this also moves away from the normal. So this is the refracted ray. This refracted ray is also produced backward. So this is one of the refracted rays, this is another refracted rays. Both the refracted rays produced backward appears to meet up at this point. From that point to the surface you join. So the object when it is looked from here, then it looks like this. It looks like a PQ dash. So this is the ray diagram showing the bending of a straight object which is kept in a denser medium. When a ray of light passes from denser to rarer medium, a ray of light, suppose that this is air and this is glass. Ray of light passes from denser to rarer medium. Then the refracted ray moves away from the normal. So this is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. Angle of incidence is less than angle of refraction. Now when we increase the angle of incidence, on increasing the angle of incidence, angle of refraction also increases. When we increase the angle of incidence, angle of refraction also increases. At a certain angle of incidence, the refracted ray comes out along the surface of separation such that the angle of refraction becomes 90 degree. The refracted ray comes out along the surface of separation or comes along the refracting surface. Then this angle of incidence in the denser medium is called critical angle. So critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium corresponding to which angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. Once again I repeat, critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium corresponding to which angle of refraction in the rarer medium is 90 degree. Then suppose that for glass air interface the critical angle is 42 degree. It means that when the angle of incidence is 42 degree in glass, that time angle of refraction is 90 degree. In this diagram, in marking, one mistake is there. So this is glass and this is air. Then only light goes from denser to rarer medium. Now next is a relationship between critical angle and refractive index. According to Snell's law, refractive index is equal to sin I upon sin R. Refractive index equal to sin I upon sin R. The light, here we take it as light goes from glass to air. refractive index of air with respect to glass, that is equal to sin I by sin R. So that is refractive index is equal to sin I. Here sin I means this is a critical angle. Sin of critical angle upon sin R. Sin R. Sin R is a 90 degrees. Sin 90. So the value of sin 90 is 1. Now, by the principle of reversibility of light, refractive index of this is equal to sin C. The value of sin 90 is 1. So refractive index of air with respect to glass will be sin of critical angle. Then refractive index of glass with respect to air by the principle of reversibility of light, that will be 1 upon refractive index of air with respect to glass, which is equal to 1 upon sin of critical angle. 1 upon sin is called cosec. Cosec of critical angle. So this is the relationship between critical angle and refractive index. Critical angle depends on two factors. One is color or wavelength of light, and the other one is temperature of the medium. So this one critical angle increases with the wavelength of light. The critical angle is less for violet and maximum for red. It increases with the increase in wavelength of light. Another factor is temperature. Critical angle increases with the increase in temperature. Now, the next topic is total internal reflection of light. As I said you, when light goes from denser to rarer medium, the refracted ray moves away from the normal, and at a certain angle of incidence, the angle of refraction becomes 90 degree. So for glass air interface, suppose that the critical angle is 42 degree, means when angle of incidence in glass is 42 degree, angle of refraction in glass is 90 degree. And if the angle of incidence is more than critical angle, if angle of incidence is more than 42 degree, then no light is refracted. No light is refracted. The entire light is reflected back into the same medium by obeying the laws of reflection. So this phenomenon is called the total internal reflection of light. If you draw a diagram, it will come like this way. Suppose either this is glass and this is air, and this is the incident ray. Suppose for glass air interface, critical angle is 42 degree. I make the angle of incidence as 45 degree. Then no light is refracted. The entire light is reflected back into the same medium by obeying the laws of reflection. So no light is refracted. The entire light is reflected back into the same medium. So this phenomenon is called total internal reflection of light. There are two essential necessary conditions for total internal reflection of light. These are the conditions. First condition is light must travel from denser to rarer medium, and second condition is angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. These are the two essential conditions for total internal reflection of light. Now we see total internal reflection in a prism. Here ABC is the principal section of a right-angled prism. Right-angled isosceles prism. Right-angled isosceles prism. So one angle is 90 degree and the remaining two angles are of 45 degree each. So we see the total internal reflection of light in a prism. So this is PQ. PQ is an incident ray. PQ is an incident ray that strikes normally on the surface AB. Strikes normally on the surface AB. then what will happen on the surface AB? So since it comes normally, it will pass undeviated. It will go undeviated. So that here it comes undeviated. So what is the magnitude of this angle? So this one by straight line angle. So this is 90 degree, this is straight line. So this angle will come as 90 degree. It is a 90 degree. Now what is the magnitude of this angle? So in this small triangle we apply the angle sum property. So then this is 90, this is 45. So what is this angle? That is 180 minus 90 plus 45, which is equal to 45 degree. Now we draw a normal to this point of incidence. Drawing a normal to the point of incidence. So what is the magnitude of this angle of incidence? That is equal to 90 minus 45, which is equal to 45 degree. 90 minus 45 equal to 45. Angle of incidence. What is angle of incidence on surface AC? Angle of incidence on surface AC is 45 degree. So which is more than the critical angle. For critical angle for glass air interface is 42 degree. 45 is more than 42. So which phenomenon will take place on surface AC? On surface AC, total internal reflection will take place because angle of incidence is more than the critical angle. So total internal reflection. So when it suffers total internal reflection, it will obey the laws of reflection of light. That is, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So this angle also will be equal to 45 degree. And what is the magnitude of this angle? So this fully is a straight line. So from 180 we subtract 45 plus 45 plus 45. So this will come as 45 degree. So this is 45, this is 45. Then what is the magnitude of this angle? So in this small triangle we apply the angle sum property. Then it will come as 90 degree. Means the ray is striking on surface BC normally. So it will come out undeviated. So this is the ray diagram. Now next case. A ray of light strikes normally on the hypotenuse of this right angled isosceles prism. Ray of light is striking normally on the hypotenuse. So this is 90 degree. The remaining B and C are of 45 degree. So a ray of light, this is incident ray. It strikes normally on the surface BC. BC is the hypotenuse. So what is the angle of incidence on BC? The angle of incidence. Whenever a ray of light strikes normally, that time angle of incidence is 0 degree. So angle of incidence on surface BC is 0 degree. So what will happen? Since the ray is striking normally, it will go undeviated without any deviation. It goes undeviated. So what is the magnitude of this angle? This is also 90 degree by straight line angle. This is 90 degree. So what is the magnitude of this angle? So in this small triangle we will apply the angle sum property. So sum of angles of triangle is 180 degree. So this angle will come 180 minus 40 plus 90, that is equal to 45 degree. So this angle is 45 degree. This angle that will come as 45 degree. So now we will draw a normal at the point of incidence. Drawing a normal at the point of incidence. So what is the magnitude of this angle? It's 90 minus 45, which is equal to 45. So angle of incidence on the surface AB is 45 degree. So which is angle of incidence 45. For glass air interface, critical angle is 42 degree. 45 is more than 42. So which phenomenon will take place on the surface? Total internal reflection will take place. When total internal reflection takes place, it obeys laws of reflection. So what will be the angular reflection? Angular reflection will be 45 degree. So this is a 45 degree. So what is the magnitude of this angle by straight line? So this will also come as 45. This is 90, this is 45. Then what is the magnitude of this angle? This angle will be also 45 by applying angle sum property in this triangle. Now about this point we draw a normal. Normal is drawn. So what will be the magnitude of this angle? That is 90 minus 45, which is equal to 45. The angle of incidence on surface AC is 45 degree. So which phenomena will take place? Total internal reflection will take place. Why total internal reflection will take place? Because angle of incidence is more than the critical angle. So what will be the angular reflection? The angular reflection will be 45 degree. So this is also 45 degree. Then what is the magnitude of this angle? That is a 45 degree. What is the magnitude of this angle? This is 90 degree. Means ray is striking normally on this surface. So it will come out undeviated. This is the complete ray diagram. So in next class we will meet with another topic.